Hello and welcome to Why Can't I Meditate? I'm Deb Phelps from Peaceful Wellness, and if meditation has ever felt confusing, frustrating, or just not what you expected, you're not alone. Hi friends, have you ever noticed how much of the day is shaped by expectations? We expect people to respond in a certain way. We expect ourselves to get everything done. We expect the day to go fairly smoothly. We may even sit down to meditate and expect our mind to finally behave itself. And then reality arrives, sometimes quietly, sometimes with minor inconvenience, and sometimes it arrives carrying a broken appliance, 3 unexpected phone calls, and a very strong opinion about how your day is going to go. There is often a gap between what we expected and what actually happened. And that gap can fill up quickly with frustration and disappointment, irritation, or that familiar thought, well, this is not how today was supposed to go. I've had more days than I can count on that front. Today, we're going to talk about how meditation helps us meet that gap with a little more awareness, flexibility, and importantly, kindness. Because life is probably not going to start consulting us before changing the plan. Expectations are not bad. They help us plan. They help us prepare. They give some shape to our days. The problem comes when the picture in our mind becomes more important than the moment that is actually happening. And we start to think, this should be easier. They should understand. I should be further along by now. I should be calmer. My meditation should feel peaceful. My house should remain clean for more than 7 minutes. And you know that word should carries a lot of weight. It creates a comparison between what is happening and what we believe ought to be happening. And when those two things don't match, the mind may decide that something has gone terribly wrong. But sometimes nothing has gone wrong. Sometimes the moment is simply different from the one we imagined. Meditation helps us notice that difference without immediately going to war with it. So maybe you begin the morning with a perfectly reasonable plan. You're going to answer emails, finish a project, take a walk, eat something healthy, and perhaps even sit quietly with a cup of tea. Very balanced, very organized, very adult. Then the phone rings. Someone needs something. Then the internet goes out. You can't find the document you know you saved. And somehow by lunchtime, your peaceful day has turned into a group project you never agreed to join. The mind likes predictability. It likes knowing what comes next. It likes a plan. So when the plan changes, the body may react before we have even fully understood what happened. The shoulders tighten, the jaw clenches, the breath becomes shallow, and the mind begins preparing its formal complaint. Meditation creates a little space in that reaction. Not so we stop caring, or not so we never feel frustrated, not so we never feel frustrated, but so we can notice, this is not what I expected. And then ask, what is actually needed now? And that question brings us back to the moment we are living instead of the one we had planned. Some of our strongest expectations are the ones we place on ourselves. We expect ourselves to be patient, productive, calm, and focused. motivated. We expect ourselves to handle everything gracefully, perhaps while drinking enough water and remembering where we put our keys. And when we don't meet those expectations, we can become very hard on ourselves. Even meditation can become another place where this happens. You sit down expecting peace. Instead, your mind is busy, your body is restless. And suddenly you remember something awkward you said in 2009. Now your meditation has become a full review of your personal history. And you may think, I'm not doing this right. But meditation is not about manufacturing a certain experience. It's about noticing the experience you're actually having. A busy meditation is still a meditation. A restless meditation is still a meditation. A distracted meditation is still a meditation. You noticed, you returned. That is the practice. So, friends, the goal is not to have no expectations. That would be unrealistic. We are human, right? We make plans, we have hopes, we imagine how things might go. And the invitation is to hold those expectations a little more lightly. We can make plans without insisting that life follow them exactly. We can have hopes without turning them into demands. We can set intentions without using them against ourselves later. Holding expectations more lightly might sound like, I hope this goes well, and I can respond if it changes. Or something like, I would like to feel calm, but I can make room for restlessness. I plan to finish this today, but I can reassess. This is not what I expected, but I am still here. And that last one is important. This is not what I expected, but I am still here. There's steadiness in that. There's also a little freedom. This week, I invite you to notice one expectation each day. It may be an expectation of yourself, of another person, of your meditation practice, or of how the day should unfold. And when you notice it, pause and ask, can I hold this expectation a little more lightly? You don't need to get rid of it. You're simply loosening your grip. Take one slow breath and notice what is actually here. Not the imaginary version, not the preferred version. The version that showed up. Let's take this in our meditation now. Find a comfortable position. You may sit or lie down. Allow your hands to rest easily. You may close your eyes or keep them softly open. Take a slow breath in and gently breathe out. And again, breathing in, breathing out. Allow your body to settle into the support beneath you. Notice the natural rhythm of your breathing. There's no need to change it. Simply feel the inhale and the exhale. Now bring to mind a small expectation you have been carrying. Choose something manageable, not the largest issue in your life. We're not opening every cabinet at once. Perhaps it's an expectation about your day, yourself, another person, or your meditation practice. Notice the picture your mind created, how things were supposed to go, how you thought you should feel. There's no need to judge the expectation, simply notice it. You might silently say, "This is what I hoped for." And now notice what is actually here. Perhaps reality is close to what you expected. Perhaps it's very different. Let yourself acknowledge this is what is here now. Take a slow breath in. And as you breathe out, imagine softening your grip on the expectation, not throwing it away, not pretending you don't care, simply holding it more gently. Breathing in, making room. Breathing out, softening. You might silently ask, what does this moment need from me now? There's no need to force an answer. Simply rest with the question. Notice your breath. Notice your body. Notice the support beneath you. For these next few moments, allow reality to be as it is, and allow yourself to be as you are. Nothing to prove, nothing to perfect, nothing to reorganize internally. Just this breath, just this moment. Take one more slow breath in and gently breathe out. Begin to notice the room around you. Move your fingers and toes if that feels comfortable. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes or lift your gaze. Friends, expectations will continue to arise. That is part of being human. But we can learn to notice when we're holding them too tightly. We can pause. We can breathe. And we can meet the moment that actually arrived. Sometimes peace is not found by making reality match our expectations. Sometimes peace comes from loosening our grip on how we thought things should be. Not giving up, not settling, just making a little more room for life to be life. I invite you to join my free school community where we explore meditation together. And starting August 1st, 2026, I will be offering a meditation challenge. And I hope you'll join me with that. And if you'd like more personalized guidance in your meditation practice, I offer one-on-one mentoring. And if you'd like a simple library of guided practices you can return to anytime, my audio library is available for $5 a month. For information on all of these, go to meditatewithdeb.com. I'm Deb Phelps, and this is Why Can't I Meditate? May you hold your expectations gently and meet the life that actually showed up. I'll see you next time.